Mistakes happen all the time. It's part of every single aspect of life. Over the thousands of hours that I have in-game playtime, hundreds of people that I've coached, and many other opportunities, I've seen mistake after mistake be made in Apex. And don't worry, I make them all the time too. So hello everyone, I'm your hostess with the mostest, 8-Second Gaming, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking down one mistake for every rank so you can fix it and start climbing. And speaking about climbing, if you really want to become better at Apex, then you need to check out the GameLeap website right now. Over there, we have tons of content and guides, all made by top level players, including myself, that are highly targeted towards specific areas of your gameplay in order to make you the best Apex player you can possibly be. And if you're on the fence, you're not sure if you want to do it or not, then right now is the perfect time because we are having a sale right now. So click the link in the description, use code GETGOOD, that's GITGUD at checkout, and get 50% off your annual subscriptions. Now let's dive back into the rank mistakes, and just so that we're all clear, just because you don't make a mistake that I mentioned for your specific rank doesn't mean you aren't making mistakes that I talk about in the other ones as well. Listen to them all so you can set yourself up to stop doing every single one and make sure you can actually start giga juicing your rank climbs. So let's kick things off with our bronze baddies. In bronze, you lose nothing for entering a game. As long as you play, you will start climbing. But one thing I noticed not a lot of bronze players doing is learning from their fights. Basically, every single bronze player that I've watched has just thrown themselves a fight. They either win or lose, and then they're just going with the flow afterwards. They don't think about what they did right or wrong or anything like that. They just move on. If you are in bronze, start really learning from your fights because this is a very unique experience. You're in a rank of players with similar skill levels without having any consequences. You could argue that pubs are like that, but Apex's bad skill-based matchmaking is weird and sometimes it just doesn't work out, so this is better. So just start learning from your fights, pay attention to them a little bit more. Now moving on, we have our silver stallions. The biggest mistake here is just lack of general game knowledge. You don't understand what guns are meta, you don't understand what legends to use, you don't really know how to properly fill out a team comp or how to IGL when the team needs it most. There's a lot of just basic things in this rank that players are missing out on. To some players this may seem like common knowledge, but in all honesty, common knowledge really isn't that common in Apex. The best way to fix these holes in your gameplay is to basically do what you're doing now. Watch highly informative content such as GameLeap. Or you could check out a streamer that's absolutely cracked at the game. If you want to learn how to IGL, check out Sweet Dreams or Imperial Hal. Want to know more about solo queuing, Shiv FPS, or Serial? And I know that some people out there that play Apex may feel somewhat alienated because of their sexual orientation. So if you want an LGBTQ safe stream, check out Hambino. Dude's an absolute machine in Apex and is extremely nice and welcoming to everyone at the same time. Watch these streamers play, see how they position, how they talk, how they do everything in fights, and just be a sponge. You take in as much information as you possibly can and don't be afraid to ask questions. As a streamer myself, I love it when people ask me questions in chat. If they ask me why I made a certain play, I get to teach and you get to learn. It's a win-win. Now let's talk about our Golden Guardians. And I hope you're awake, Dorothy, because you are not in Kansas anymore. Gold is where you can actually start becoming stuck. You aren't quite used to the rank system just yet when you're getting into gold and are really worked up over the fact that you just can't quite gain RP from placement points alone. Here you actually need to start fighting, but how do you know what fights to take and what fights to just walk away from? Well, sadly, there isn't a cookie cutter method of take fights like this or leave fights like that. This is where you need to be paying attention because you really need to focus on the fight you're about to take. You need to think about how many squads are left. Are you in a high traffic area? Can you end it quickly? If you get third partied, what's the plan? You need to be able to run through a basic checklist sort of like this before every fight, and it is needed in order to have more successful fights and lose less RP. Gold players don't really think about their fights, they just kind of do it and they lose RP because of it. Start paying a little bit more attention to the fights you're about to take. If it's not a smart fight, don't take that fight, just walk away, there's no harm in that. But now let's move into our next rank. This is for the Platinum Paladins. The biggest mistake for these players is they never look at the clock. The players in Platinum never pay attention to how long is left until the ring starts closing in, and this can lead to them getting caught out a ton in games. When you aren't looking at the time left on the clock, you can end up taking horrible fights, be forced to play bad spots, or just panic and die because you don't have the heals and didn't realize how far away the ring actually was. For Plat players, you really need to start paying attention to the time that's left and learning how long it takes for you to make certain rotations. Valkyrie can be a huge help when learning how to do this because she offers a team a ton more flexibility in their playstyle. A marker my team always shoots for when looting a POI uncontested is 1 minute 30 left before the round 1 ring starts closing. That way you have time to start planning a rotation, figure out where teams are playing, and if something goes wrong you have enough time to make adjustments around it. And if you happen to get contested in your POI, just finish the fight as fast as possible and loot what you can. Don't be afraid to leave some stuff behind because you can pick more up as you rotate. Next up is our Diamond Daddies. This is where a lot of players who are serious about ranked sit. The average rank in Apex is about Platinum 4, so it takes some serious dedication to get here. And the biggest mistake I see players in this rank make is they don't know how to adapt to changing playstyles. It's gonna happen. In this rank you have so many different people. There's boosted bots, there's players who just threw themselves at the wall in Platinum until they found something that stuck and made them get there. You have actual skilled players who are climbing just like you, and you have players who are coming back from a break making their way into Masters again. With all of these different players, you need to know how to swap up your playstyle on the fly. Because you may be a zone-oriented player, trying to get a safe spot in zone and wait till endgame. But if that ape squad is running at you, you need to know how to back out and play edge of zone to avoid that. Being able to adapt and change your playstyle on the fly is a huge asset in Apex Legends and one you need to learn if you want to climb through Diamond. And what about the Masters Mad Lads? Do they make mistakes? Well, yes, they absolutely do make mistakes. Because Apex is big dumb and doesn't have ranked demotion, as soon as people hit Masters, they really have no reason to take the game seriously anymore. They lose nothing because they can't fall back down into Diamond. If you're here, make sure to take the game seriously still. You can learn a ton in this rank. You're in the same game as a lot of pro players. Fighting them, you will see just how many mistakes you make because they will capitalize off of it instantly and make you look like a fool. When playing these games, make sure to treat them as if you had everything to lose. That way you'll actually be trying and will see some RP gains. After time, you'll learn how to climb and even see that Predator is in reach if you just take the time to think each game out and really take the game seriously still. No more hard stuck 10k Andes, okay? And like I said, mistakes happen in every single rank. It doesn't matter where. Even high rank players make mistakes that gold players make from time to time. But hopefully you found this video useful and it showed you a few things to work on in the future. If you guys enjoyed this video, please remember to drop a thumbs up and smash that sub button to stay up to date with all of our new videos coming out. We have a lot of really amazing content planned for the near future, so you don't want to miss out on anything, so make sure to ring the bell to be notified when we post those. Thank you all for watching. Once again, I'm 8 Second Gaming, and I will see you in the next one.